landed there with Twidale. Twidale and Geraldine Rees going on now from Henry Kissinger in second. Just in behind them, Just Jake, and a gap to Neon Light and Marshal Knight. And then Western Rose over the third. Twidale landed in the lead there. They're all safely over that third. Just Able is the back marker at the moment with Greenways, and it's Twidale in the lead from Henry Kissinger second and Just Jake third. A little gap then to Marshal Knight, then Neon Light, and then Western Rose, then Easter Eel and Fairy King and Snowshill Sailor. Behind them, Greenways and Just Able. Quite a long run to the next fence. Twidale by about 4 lengths from Henry Kissinger, Just Jake and Marshal Knight, then Neon Light and Western Rose and Fairy King and Easter Eel and Snowshill Sailor, Greenways and Just Able. All safely over the fourth, though Just Able hit it pretty hard, coming down to the fifth now. Twidale from Henry Kissinger, Just Jake, and right over on the far side, Marshal Knight. Then just in behind them, Neon Light and Fairy King and Western Rose and Easter Eel, Snowshill Sailor, Greenways and Just Able. The next will be the last on the next circuit. And it's still Twidale from Henry Kissinger and Marshal Knight and Just Jake as they come to this plain one before the first of the ditches. Over these 6. Twidale, Henry Kissinger, Marshal Knight, Just Jake, Neon Light, Western Rose, Easter Eel, Fairy King, Snowshill Sailor, Just Able and Greenways, and now coming towards this ditch. Henry Kissinger on the inside of Twidale, Marshal Knight very close to them at the ditch now. Henry Kissinger and Twidale just about levels, and he reached for it, Twidale, but got away with it, and Geraldine Rees did very well there to stick with him. It's Henry Kissinger from Twidale. In third is Marshal Knight very close to them. Then a gap to Easter Eel and Western Rose and Neon Light and Just Jake and Fairy King and Snowshill Sailor, and then Just Able and Greenways. So they come down to the 8th. Twidale and Henry Kissinger from Marshal Knight, Western Rose, and just in behind them comes Easter Eel going well, Neon Light, Fairy King's making ground, so also is Snowshill Sailor coming to the water for the only time. Twidale and Henry Kissinger from Marshal Knight, those 3 ahead of Western Rose, 4, 5, just in behind them is Easter Eel, 6 now is Fairy King, and 7 Neon Light, and 8 is Snowshill Sailor, then Just Jake and Just Able and Greenways, and over these 6 from home now, Twidale and Henry Kissinger from Marshal Knight, Easter Eel, Western Rose, Fairy King, behind Fairy King, Neon Light. Now the plain one before the final ditch now. 5 from home, Henry Kissinger in the lead from Marshal Knight, Twidale, Easter Eel, Western Rose and Fairy King making ground on the inner, and then Neon Light, and then comes Snowshill Sailor behind him, Greenways, and then Just Jake and Just Able, and coming to the final ditch now. 4 from home, and Henry Kissinger with the advantage from Marshal Knight on the inside, then Twidale in third, then Easter Eel and Fairy King getting a lot closer now, and then Western Rose on the outside still going strongly. Neon Light is in behind them, but it's Henry Kissinger in the lead as they race towards the top of the hill with only 3 fences left to jump now in the Mackeson Gold Cup. Henry Kissinger in the lead from in second place. Marshal Knight, third, Twidale very close, Fairy King on the inside, Western Rose in close contention, and so is Easter Eel as they come now down towards the third last. It's Henry Kissinger from Marshal Knight, Twidale over on the far side, Easter Eel just behind Henry Kissinger is Fairy King, Western Rose is close and Neon Light is closing, and over this one Henry Kissinger landed in the lead from Marshal Knight in second, Twidale third, Fairy King still going strongly in behind Henry Kissinger as they come down towards the second last now. Henry Kissinger, Easter Eel over on the far side, Twidale between horses, Fairy King just in behind them, and over that one it was Henry Kissinger from Easter Eel, Twidale and Fairy King still going strongly just in behind them. They're turning for home now and racing towards the final fence, and it's Henry Kissinger being chased by Fairy King. Henry Kissinger in the lead, Fairy King is second and Easter Eel is third as they come to the final fence. It's Henry Kissinger going strongly in the lead from Fairy King second. Henry Kissinger lands in the lead from Fairy King, jumps in second, Easter Eel jumps in third, and racing into the closing stages, it's Henry Kissinger from Easter Eel as they race up towards the line. Henry Kissinger is going to win it from Easter Eel. Neon Light is running on. Fairy King is second. And Henry Kissinger has won it from Fairy King second, and third was Neon Light, and 4 on the inside, Twidale behind them, Western Rose and